told you. I told you from the moment they announced that Devil Wears Prada 2 was going to be coming out. And I said, don't sleep on this film. It's going to be a major hit. To which I got inundated with, you're a fool, 200 million at most, maybe 150 million this movie makes, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody remembers Devil Wears Prada. And I'm like, guys, I don't know if you don't have wives or you don't pay attention to your wives or they hide it from you or whatever. I am telling you, Devil Wears Prada is going to be a huge hit. Now, then the teaser drops in 2025, late 2025. The teaser for Devil Wears Prada 2 drops. Becomes the #1 trailer drop of the year. Nothing else, not Avatar, not all the other films that came out. The teaser was the #1 trailer of 2025. Now, we've known a full trailer is coming. And I've said, it's going to be the second trailer, so I don't think it'll be quite as big as the teaser. I said, guys, trailer dropped, and I said, don't sleep on, you still sleeping on Devil Wears Prada 2. Well, guess what? The numbers for the second trailer were bigger than even I thought they would be. As it is being reported, Anne Hathaway's highly anticipated 2026 movie, Devil Wears Prada 2, sets groundbreaking record for most viewed trailer of all time for Fox Studios. Think about that. Fox Studio, the studio that put out the Avatar films, the studio that put out the Alien films, the studio that put out like all the history of it. This is the highest viewed trailer in the history of that studio. And it's joined now the top 10 all time of any movie ever. The folks at Screen Rant write this. The trailer for Anne Hathaway's upcoming The Devil Wears Prada 2 just set a jaw-dropping record for the studio. It's been 20 years since the first Devil Wears Prada movie was released in theaters, and Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci are returning for the highly anticipated sequel. In a stunning update on X, 20th Century Studios just revealed that the brand new trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2 notched 222 million views in the first 24 hours, which makes it the most viewed trailer in the history of the studio. This was their post. 222 million trailer views in 24 hours. Groundbreaking, literally. Thank you for making The Devil Wears Prada 2 the most viewed 20th Century Studio trailer of all time. All right. So that's the biggest that the studio's ever done.
Star Wars. More than Star Wars, dude.
Yeah, that was before we had views on YouTube for Star Wars. But let's go outside of Fox. Let's put this in terms of like overall. Take a look at this. So like obviously the most viewed trailer of all time in the first 24 hours, Deadpool and Wolverine, 365 million, right? This is the top 10. And as we go down the list, Avengers Endgame, the teaser, the official Superman, Avengers, Lion King, and there we are at the #8 spot all time. Devil Wears Prada 2 with 222 million. Only just 2.6 million behind the Lion King teaser, beating out the Thor Love and Thunder. Now, look at all these films. These are all big pop culture films.
Mm-hmm. They're also dude films.
Yeah. All the way down to like even It.
Yeah.
And then Devil Wears Prada 2, 222 million. Now look, does being on the top 10 list all time automatically mean billion-dollar film? Obviously not. Obviously not. Most of the films on this list are, but not all of them are, so obviously not. But if this isn't going to wake you up now from sleeping on Devil Wears Prada 2, I don't know what will.
This is a girls' movie.
And guess what? They are going to be turning out in droves. In droves. They're going to turn out to this movie. Again, I'm not saying billion-dollar film, but if you don't think this movie's going to crack $500 million, I don't know what to tell you at this point. I really don't. This movie is going to be massive. It's going to be a huge hit. And all those people who swore to me up and down when I first said it and say, this is going to make 150 million, 200 million tops. Okay. You just continue to think that. This movie is going to be massive. Rob, I expected the official trailer to be big. I did not think it would be as big as the teaser. This exceeded my expectations. biggest trailer drop ever for a historical studio like 20th Century. And it hits now the top 10 of the all-time most viewed trailers in history. What's your takeaway from this?
Well, I gotta once again bring up one of the coolest people in Hollywood, 20th Century Studios president, Mr. Steve Asbell, who I like to call the quiet king of franchises. But that's because he keeps giving us Planet of the Apes movies, Predator movies, Alien movies. Over at Hulu, he gave us a Hellraiser movie. And now he rolls in and gives us Devil Wears Prada 2. And it's not just the franchises that we like as boys. Now, one of the, call it the second coming of one of all the women in the world's favorite film, which is The Devil Wears Prada. I mean, it was smart. It's canny. And you look at the trailer, it's like no one's missed a step.
And they've barely aged.
No, man, this is the Top Gun.
Look at Stanley Tucci.
This is the Top Gun Maverick of Devil Wears Prada franchise movies. Come on now. I wouldn't, like I told you, they're going to, if she flies a jet at the beginning of the movie, then she gets told, I don't know, this film, plus I got to tell you, who doesn't, I want to see this.
I do.
Like, you know,
I do too.
I told people I am a sucker for movies like The Holiday, which is kind of a girl's movie. I love the first Devil Wears Prada. I see this. I see the cast. I see Meryl Streep looking like Meryl Streep. She looks great. I love Anne Hathaway. I love Stanley Tucci. What is not to love about this movie?
Yeah, listen, I've always told people I'm not the demographic for Devil Wears Prada. It's
Yes,
not
you
like
are.
Devil Wears Prada is in my top 20 films of all time or anything. But I really like that film.
It's good.
It's a very solid movie. And you know what it reminds me of, Rob? Back when the first Sex and the City movie came out, I never watched the series, but I had just started dating this girl. And she, like many other women, were totally into Devil Wears or totally into Sex and the City.
Yeah.
So it's opening night, and this girl went out and bought a completely new outfit, new shoes, new everything.
Manolos.
I guess that's a big thing for Sex and the City, is shoes and whatnot.
Manolo Blahniks, yeah.
So we show up to the theater, and it's all women completely decked out, completely made themselves up, all this kind of stuff. And I remember then going in the theater, and we're all sitting down. It's like 2 minutes before the movie starts. And I hear this male voice from somewhere near the back of the theater yell out, "Is there anyone else with a penis in here?" And there's like 3 of us raise our hands. I'm not saying that's what it's going to be like at the Devil Wears Prada screening. I think this, because the movie's just so very solid and
Well,
very
he
good.
says that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if you are a single man, I'd be going to the opening night of Devil Wears Prada and buy tickets to see 3 showings.
I'll tell you what, as a single guy going to a Devil Wears Prada screening, going to a Sex and the City screening, or going to a Jonas Brothers concert, I learned that one recently too. That's a good place to go if you're a single guy, is a Jonas Brothers concert. Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of today's episode, PrizePicks. Well, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. With the football season coming to a close, this is your last chance to jump into football action before next year, and PrizePicks is making it easy by giving you $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. What I've always loved about PrizePicks is how simple it is. You're just picking more or less on player projections, building your lineup, and rooting at home while you watch the game. I also really like their early payouts feature. If a player gets off to a hot start, you can cash out before the game even ends. And with the new social feed, you can follow other players, copy lineups that you like, or use them as inspiration for your own. So don't miss out. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Devil Wears Prada 2, it's now official. It's one of the top 10 biggest movie trailers in history. Like beating out Thor, Love and Thunder and it's now number 8 with 222 million views in the first 24 hours. Do you still think this movie isn't going to be big? Again, no one is saying $1 billion, but do you still think it's not going to make any money? Do you still think it's going to crash? Well, whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.